Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Felix from Cara Borealis, where the idea here is to help you expand your consciousness and simplify your mind, live your life with less stress and more joy. Today, the topic we're looking at is self-love. What is self-love? How do we apply it? And what does it even do for us? So, what is self-love? Self-love is about knowing that it's going to be okay. Self-love is about having patience for yourself. Self-love is knowing that you don't have to have all the answers. Self-love is knowing that you can't please everyone. Self-love is knowing that you don't need other people's approval to feel good about who you are. Self-love is about coming into your own power, your own authenticity, to be the person that you're meant to be. Self-love is knowing that it's okay not knowing where to go. Self-love is when you're able to choose to be alone and be with your thoughts. Self-love is not being too hard on yourself when things don't work out. Self-love can even be choosing to go left instead of right at the intersection just to see where it goes. Self-love is not having to be the best, most incredible person in the world, but instead being okay with where you are now. Self-love is knowing that even if the path you're on might not be the best path for you, it's still the path you're on and it's worth exploring. Self-love is choosing to respect your body. Self-love is choosing to respect your thoughts. Self-love is choosing to respect your mental. Self-love is giving yourself permission to feel things that everyone tells you you shouldn't feel. Self-love is sitting down with yourself and asking yourself how you really feel about things. Self-love might even be talking to your friends or your roommates or your relatives about your boundaries. Self-love is not being afraid to choose yourself over other people. Self-love is believing that you're worthy, that you're whole, that you're complete right now. Self-love is not having to wait for external factors to align for you to feel like you can do something. Self-love is not letting the opinions of others get you down. Self-love is making space for yourself. Self-love is trusting and respecting the path you're on and your ability to trust in yourself. To understand that you're more than you might think you are, that your potential is greater than anyone's ever told you, that your well-being doesn't depend on how other people feel. And how do we apply it? So, back around the start of my journey around 6 or 7 years ago, I set this intention into the universe. I want to learn more about myself. I want to learn who I am. And this set me on a path. It set me on a crazy path, and I have no regrets. I would never go back. I've learned so much and I've had so many incredible experiences because of it. Basically, the idea of learning self-love, figuring out who you are, it comes from mindfulness. Meditation is going to help you a lot in this because it allows you to see your thoughts as they come and not immediately attach to them. And more ask yourself, is this thought a thought I want to believe? Is this something I want to be thinking right now? Is this really me? Or is this just the mind talking to me? Because remember, you are not your thoughts. You just think thoughts. You know, everyone's been in the kitchen, everyone sees the knives and they say, wouldn't it be funny? But like, that's not us, right? I would never do anything like that, and I know you wouldn't either. So basically, how to start learning this: when anything happens to you in life, anything that gets you upset, offended, triggered in any way, ask yourself why. Maybe you'll get a clear reason like, well, it's because it's red and it's not green, and I don't like red. Is that really an answer you want to believe? Or is there something more behind that? Or is it maybe even just your mind trying to tell you that you don't like red when red is actually pretty fine? Like, have you ever had these things that come up in your life that everyone else just loves so much, but you haven't heard about it and it just keeps flooding the everywhere you go, like on social media or YouTube or anything like that? And immediately your mind is like, I'm so sick of seeing this. I hate this. I hate this. And then the next time someone tries to tell you, hey, you should watch this thing, and you're like, no, I don't like it. Do you really not like it? Or is the mind just trying to convince you that you don't like it? You have the ability to look at that and say, do I really not like this? Why don't I like it? Is that a real reason? Or is this just something that my mind is trying to make me believe? Could I give it a shot? See if I actually like it? See if there are things that don't resonate with me? Because that's okay too. It's totally okay for you not to like things. It's totally okay for you to like things. It's totally okay for you to love things. But when the mind is telling you that you like or dislike something, that's worth investigating. That's worth figuring out if that's really you or not. And remember to be patient with yourself. You're never going to have all the answers. As long as you set the intention, they will come. You just be patient and don't rely too much on everything happening right now. Let go of the idea of that you have to be something, that you have to know something, that you have to be somewhere, that you have to be with someone. This life is so vast and dynamic, literally anything can happen. You can be anywhere, you can be anyone. You can choose to be anyone, and you can do that. As long as you have the courage to start taking the steps that will get you to that idea. Something that I'm learning right now is that the mind has so many ways of telling you not to do things. So many ways of telling you don't do it. So many ways of telling you you have to stay right here. That even no matter how deep of a scope we go into understanding the mind and identifying it, there's still subconscious things that the mind is implanting on us. So the best way to go around this, to stop thinking and start feeling. Tell me, one of the times when you were genuinely the most happy you've ever been in your life, what were you thinking about? I got to imagine you weren't thinking at all, right? You were just in the moment, appreciating everything that's happening around you and just feeling. You were feeling. Thinking is a third dimensional act. Feeling is a fourth dimensional act. When you take yourself out of the mind and you bring yourself into the heart, that's when you can step into who you really are. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that I'm the best person ever. No one is better than me. I'm incredible. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that you don't have to choose other people over yourself every time. There's a balance to it. I believe the balance is somewhere around 51 yourself, 49 others. We always show love for the other people in our lives, but we still have to save room for ourselves. Before we have the power to help other people, we must be able to help ourselves. And then this is the crazy thing. Other people can only meet you where you currently meet yourself. So if you live with, I'm not worthy, I'm ugly, I'm small, no one likes me, that's what other people are going to see from you, even if you don't express that. Because the way you think, the way you feel, and the way you act determine who you are, determine who you are being and your identity. And in order to change this, you can start thinking better, but that's not going to change everything. You can start feeling better, but that's not going to change anything. The real key is you have to start acting. You have to start being that person. You have to start believing with your every fiber in your body that this is who I am, this is how I feel, and this is how I am. So let's say there is the desired outcome you want to be. You want to live in a house before you're 40. You want to have a 6-figure income and you want to have kids. Well, what does the version of you that has that have to do? Does he sit on the couch and watch TV? Does he sit at his computer and play video games all day? Does he go out to bars every weekend and drink? Take some respect for yourself and some love for who you are and who you're meant to be, and start putting yourself in that position. The world's not going to do it for you, although it may have done some stuff for you. The paradox with the universe, the more you try to get something, the more you repel it in your life. But you can't do nothing, because then nothing will happen. So the key to getting around this is to understand that it's already real. It's already here, and you can start being it right now. Your outside may not reflect it immediately, but as long as you stay true to who you are and you have the intention, things will fall into place. You'll find incredible synchronicities in your life that you thought could never ever happen this way. And what does it do for us? It gives us the power to be the person that we're actually meant to be. It gives us the power to stand up for ourselves. It gives us the power to care about ourselves and our lives. It gives us more understanding of the people in our lives as well. It gives us the power to have more love for the other people in our lives too. Because as we begin to love ourselves, that starts to expand within us and it can bleed out into other people, and they'll feel that too. Look, I believe that you are worthy of being loved. But for that to be reality, you have to believe that in yourself first. You can't keep putting the idea of your well-being in how others see and treat you. You have to be able to take responsibility of that and give it to yourself first. You're worth more than you probably believe, even if you've been on this journey. I've been on this journey for 7 years and I have a lot of love for myself, but there are still times when I say, like, I can't do it. I won't be able to do it. I'm not there yet. But the fact is, you're here now. Now is the only moment that actually matters. The future doesn't exist and the past doesn't exist. Your thoughts, beliefs, and habits may be shaped by the things that happened to you in the past, but that doesn't mean that's who you have to be. So start taking a step into your own power. And when things start happening in your life, start asking yourself, do I prefer this? Would I prefer a different way? Do I have to go with this person? Do I have to agree with this person? Is this really where I want to see myself? And here's the thing too. It's okay to be hard on yourself. It's not okay to say that it's not possible. It's okay to not know everything. It's not okay to say that you'll never know anything. It's okay to say I can't do it right now. It's not okay to say I can never do it. Okay? I love you. I believe in you. So the next time something happens, just ask yourself. Thanks everyone. My name is Felix from Cara Borealis. That's all we have for this video. I really appreciate everyone watching. I really appreciate everyone thinking about it. If anyone shares with their friends, they like, they comment, they subscribe, I always appreciate it. Thank you so much. Remember, don't be too hard on yourself. You can do anything you want, as long as you give yourself time and the space. See you on the next one. Thank you.